Well, good morning, good morning. This is Jackie with Paper Cuts. I know, gals, it's been a while since you've heard from me. I have been going through quite a lot in the last 6 months, some major changes in my life. But they're all good. You know, God is good with it. So I'm going to chat a little bit and then I'll finish the chat once we get started. So, some of you know my last YouTube video was like in July, I guess, of last year of 2021. I had been unemployed, laid off from the hospital, and I decided that I had one of two choices. I could try to get a job in California and relocate to a different city and then retire in 5 years like I had initially planned. Or I could get a job in Tennessee and move. So I pondered it and pondered it, looked at some houses, didn't find anything, was getting frustrated with trying to find a job where I lived in the high desert, and started just praying on it, and God moved me. So I am now relocated officially in Tennessee, and I have an address here. I have a great job here, and things are starting to really settle down for me. And so I wanted to share with all of you, I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I just moved. So in the end of August, I had a moving company take my money. I canceled. They never gave it back. I hired another moving company. That went okay until the official move date, and then they came, of course, and all my stuff was packed, wrapped, covered, you name it, with the exception of some lamps and a couple of other things. Long story short, they wanted to charge me for boxes and wrapping tape and all of this other stuff, and I said no. So I ended up packing my car as full as I could, had them take what I had contracted with the exception of a few items, and of course it still was the same. So I ended up really donating a ton of home decor, furniture, pieces that I couldn't cram into my car. I needed to save room for my daughter who was driving with me and my doggie. So, long story short, August 31st, we headed off across the country, and it took us 3 days, which wasn't a bad trip at all, but we did, pretty much drive 8 hours to 9 hours a day. And then we stopped in New Mexico, got a hotel, and then went to Oklahoma, got a hotel, and then the third day arrived in Murfreesboro. And my apartment that I had contracted for September wasn't ready until the 10th. So I stayed with my daughter for a few days in an extended stay hotel. That was interesting. Never done that before, but it was an adventure. So I moved in to my apartment on September 10th with no furniture. My furniture got stuck, I guess, in California, in Los Angeles, in a warehouse because they couldn't find a truck to move it to Murfreesboro. Long story short, 2.5 months later, I did receive my stuff. Needless to say, a lot of furniture broken, a lot of dishes broken, some antique pieces were broken, but it got here. In the meantime, my wonderful brother and sister-in-law gave me an air mattress to sleep on and a chair and a dining table. It was an outdoor dining table. So I had a place to eat, I had a place to sit, and I had a place to sleep. I started a new job. That didn't work out. I worked there for weeks and just realized that it was the wrong fit. So I got another job. I started that and I worked that for another 4 weeks and found out that it was just too physical for me. And I was exhausted all the time. And so I was talking to the landlord at my place, and long story short, I got the best job in the world, I think, with the best company in the world. So I'm going to stop there, and then I'll give you some more details once I show you what we're going to be doing today. So I have gathered some envelopes. They're different sizes. There's 4 of them. And I got them in my Creative Studio package. Gosh, I want to say last April, May, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so I kept them and I thought, oh, these would make really great flip-ups in my journals. So I'm going to cut them down, make cards to fit in them. But today we're basically just going to prepare these little flip envelopes and get them all decorated up. So I'm really glad to see you guys again. I'm going to try to be consistent in doing, at least to start, 1 video a week. I need to get back on track and, get my routine back down. So anyway, so I am in Murfreesboro, Tennessee now, and the weather is starting to dramatically change into spring. We did have, right after, the spring forward time change, we got a little dusting of snow, and it got cold, and then it got warm, and then we got some rain, and now today it's a little bit gloomy, but I'm not sad because I am really looking forward to the spring weather. Today we're gonna, I had a bulb folder. I'm just going to use my bulb folder to just really give some good creases. And of course, my doggie made it just fine. You can probably hear her in the background. Get my glue. I need to get some art glitter glue because I really love art glitter glue. But I'm going to put this little vellum piece down. And I got these in the Creative Studio box when I got it, whenever that was. I think my sinuses are backed up today, so if I sound a little grumpy, I apologize. I'm just going to glue it down. It will take a little time for this glue to dry underneath, but it does dry clear, and you won't be able to see it when it's done. And I'm going to keep these pretty simple. I did pull out some little odds and ends here to decorate them. And then I'm going to do some collage board in my next video and make the cards for them. I really am loving the simplicity of keeping it, 1 or 2 or 3 things on it and not having it too cluttered. That way, when I'm decorating a journal, these are little stickers I got also in that box from Creative Studio. I love their things, but financially, I spent a lot of money in the move just because things were more expensive than I anticipated. Getting here being employed, not employed, employed, and not employed, that made it kind of hard to catch up. So I'm really trying to build up my savings. My new job is with a property management company. And initially when I had interviewed, I was interviewing for a leasing agent position, which I thought, oh, I would be good at that. Well, they had a little bit more in mind for me, based on my background and all of that. They offered me apartment complex to manage. So now I am the property manager at one of their buildings. It's a 3-story building here in Murfreesboro. It's been pretty much totally rehauled. I work in an office that looks like a fishbowl, which is, people go, what? It has windows all across the front. So every day I get to look outside as I do my job, and sometimes I get to go outside. So I put this little sticker down here, and now I'm going to look in my embellishments and see if I can get like a green ivy spray, or maybe a label. And I did pull out some of my ephemera, not a ton, but a few things, and we'll see what might work on this. Oh, there's a darling little tag with a little bunny on it. It doesn't really go because it's more orange than it is pink, but the little mushroom guy would work. Maribel, I'm making a video, honey. So, I don't know. This little red sticker tag might work. We'll just go through this and see what we have. And then, it's just little, it's in pieces of things that I had on my desk. I don't know. I can't seem to find the right thing. There's a little birdie. He doesn't really go. He's blue. Okay, well, we're going to set that one aside and move on to the next one. Maybe the next one, my choice will be a little different. I can always go back to it. So I'm going to sit it over here and do this smaller one. It has a little slit here where you tuck the envelope in like that. So I'm probably going to make a little flip side on it and do it like that and make a tag in it. So it's not very big, so probably just a sticker or two on it would be good. This is a woman's face. That's kind of cool. And then, let's see. I've got some scrap pieces for that I'm going to use in my collage page. Let's see if that works. And then I did a couple of these decoupage pages. They're just little squares with birds on them and dragonfly. These have flowers. I think I'm going to get my ephemera box out from underneath my desk and get it open. Excuse me. I have been trying to get organized because I only have a small 1-bedroom, but it is sufficient since I'm trying to rebuild my savings and purchase property here. So at any rate, I am using part of my bedroom as my craft room. That works. And with that being said, I'm very limited on space. So I'm trying to be really efficient. That's not always possible, but I'm trying to be really efficient in my storage of stuff. All my ephemera. Those are Tim Holtz people. And that kind of thing. But, you know, it is what it is. You, as a crafter, I know all of you struggle. Here's my flowers. All of you struggle with how to stay organized, how to keep things where you need them, and not have piles of things surrounding you so you can't be creative. And I also struggle with that. So, oh, this is pretty. That's a little too big. Purple? No, I don't want to cover the lady's face. Let's see if we have a flower that could go behind it. Too big. There's a pink rose. That's pretty. And then we'll put a pink bow on that or something. So, you know, it is something that we all have to strive to keep organized and keep ourselves from losing our mojo or whatnot. But it is hard when you're limited on your space. But I think I have done pretty good because I only have one little corner of my bedroom. But I set up my craft table on that side. Now I'm going to ink all of these, but not the labels and things that I'm putting down. Yeah, these are all labels, so I guess this is an easy craft day. Anyway, so I'm using the far left corner of my bedroom, and within maybe a foot is my bed. So I'm kind of crammed in here, but it does work if I keep myself organized. And that is, you know, something I really work hard to do, because I'll get going and then I get a little sidetracked right now because I feel like everything's in a box, and I used to have things within reaches, so I forget where things are. But at any rate, it's not about how perfect your craft room layout is. It is about working and exercising that creative side of ourselves. Oh man, you barely can see the rose now. Let's see if I can get this back off. I think what I'm going to do is move it down a little bit and then carry it over to the other side. Or maybe cut it off. I don't know. I think I'll cut it off because I don't want to waste that sticker. And it will be upside down on the other side. So maybe we can flip it over. So yeah, it's not, you know, it's not about having the perfect setting for everything. It's about living your life and trying to be a good human being and be productive in what you do every day, and tapping into your creativity that God gave you. So with that being said, I'm learning to manage my small space until the right thing comes along. I like that. And then we'll flip it this way and we'll finish this here. Now that I've started it, right? So at any rate, that's kind of my story. No, it's not kind of my story. It is my story. I love being, I have a great church now. I love my church. I get to see my family that's here. My brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, her husband, and their 2 little girls. And so I do have family. I'm not all alone. I did have to say goodbye to my daughter, but I've already seen her twice since I've been here. She made the trip with me. And then her and her boyfriend came at Christmas time. That was awesome. And they stayed a week. That was really cool. So since I put this sticker over that little slit, I'm just going to put my hand under there and use my X-Acto knife to reopen it so that we'll be able to slide that little tab thing in. Let's see if I got it all the way. Yep, I do. And then try to fold that over a little bit. I learned how to do these little slits the other day, and it's pretty cool. I think I'll show you on this bigger envelope. Well, that's not going to work. It needs a longer bottom. Let's see. No. Yeah, this may work. I'm going to get a pen. Excuse me real quick. And then I'll show you really easy how to do these. You just mark like 1/4 of an inch up where you need your little hole. And then just, if you have a hole punch, now it can be, you can use your Crop-A-Dile if you have that, because those make small holes. There's 2 sides, a small hole and a large hole. And let me see if I can get this in here. And then basically what I'm going to do, I hope you can all see this and I'm not off camera here. I'm just going to stick this in as far as I can go and punch. I got pretty close. And then do the same on the other side. All right. Now that you have your 2 holes, and I'm going to have to glue this back down to secure it, but now that you have your 2 holes, you can just cut now. Not everybody, I could use my foam board if I knew where it was, but I don't know where it is. So you could just use scissors, or you can use X-Acto knife, whichever you prefer. Sometimes scissors are easier, and you try to cut straight. There you go. Now what I'm going to have to do is reinforce this top edge a little bit up here. I put a piece of paper up there, and then I have a slit that this should be able to go into. Okay? Oh, that you can put that in. So let's extend the top real quick. I got on a rabbit trail, didn't I? Okay. Let's see. I've got some paper up here. Sorry, excuse the reach. And I'm just basically going to cut a piece of paper and attach it here so that it would reinforce that. And it's okay that it's different because you'll be inking it, you may even cover it or whatnot. You can use craft paper if you want. I just didn't have any handy. So what I'm going to do now is reinforce this top edge. And while I have it not glued down, I'm going to fold it in half and then just cut a curve so that it gives me kind of like a window or a receded area to be able to get my tag out. And then you just glue it down. So anyway, yeah, got off on a rabbit trail, but I'll get back on, I hope. And it's because I'm talking so much, I'm not concentrating. Oops. I only needed to put glue part of the way on there. That was silly. Because it will glue my envelope closed. And we don't want to do that. We just want to reinforce this top edge. Get it all the way pulled over. Oops. Here we go. Now, because I put glue in there, I just got to make sure that I was able to remove all the glue back here and give it an opportunity to dry. So yeah, now I'm working, and I really enjoy it. I do leasing, take care of issues for tenants. The people I work for are awesome and supportive and appreciative, and I just can't say enough about them. Which I hope they think the same about me. Because, you know, we all want to feel like we're appreciated. And if we're not appreciated, we don't want to give our best. And I really feel appreciated. They constantly tell me the 2 monthly meetings I've gone to so far have been very positive and motivating and just good people. That's all I can say. They're just good people. Okay, so now I've got this little tuck. I need to corner round this a little bit more. And so I'm going to just fold it in half again so that I get both of my sides the same as I cut it. And I'm just cutting it down a little bit, praying that I didn't mess it up too much. But let's see. Let's see if it works. So there we go. Now you have an envelope that tucks in. Now I did forget to erase my marks that I put down, but I will now, and then we'll embellish this one as soon as we finish that other one. So I hope you got an idea how you can do that yourself. Now, because it's a little short, it doesn't take a lot to tuck it in, which is nice. But you could also extend this a little bit more if you were afraid it would flip open. Okay, let's go back to where we were. So we were in here. Now let's just make sure that this tucks in. It does. And I think I'm going to take some kind of greenery or a flower there and just finish that off on that side. I don't think we're going to get all 4 of them done because I've been yakking. But at least I've given you an update on what is going on with me, where I've been, if you were wondering. And I like that. I think I'll do that one. And what I've been up to. Basically just trying to get settled and find the right position, the right job, I guess, that's going to provide some income and keep me happy and not exhausted every day. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still, from time to time, get exhausted. You know, working every day is exhausting. And there are days that you, of course, would rather do less than more. But for the most part, I have a little of my energy back, and I'm very grateful for that. God has been very good. And okay, so that's the back side, and that's the front side. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. This part is not necessarily the most important, but, oh, sorry, I'm jiggling the camera. I forget when I do this because of the way I do it. I shake everything. But my daughter called the other night and informed me that she wants to come around Easter, possibly, for a visit. And I'm like, come on. I love to see you. And we're just hoping that the airfares get a little more reasonable. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. So that's 2 done. I'm now at 35 minutes. I know that this was more of a chatty than a crafty, but I did do some crafts, and I really hope that through your challenges and your struggles in life that you don't give up. Don't give up. Just continue to put your best foot forward, and God will meet you there, wherever that is. Sometimes it's in the lowest of lows, and it's in the highest of heights. But He is there, and He cares, and so do other people. Anyway, thanks for now, and bye-bye. I hope you're all taking good care and tapping into your creative side. See you later.